wife is washing. We're back. Ooh. Oh. I don't have anything to put in the background, man. Oh. What could we chuck in the background? That's something.
Catman 11,234 said, "Grin, my man. I finally went to the doctor and learned what happened. I tore my right lateral muscle almost off my off, like taking chicken off a drumstick XD.
What?
Hope you're getting well soon."
What?
Lone Syndicate said, "Ayo Grin representing the angels in the thumbnail. Respect, you're turning into a fellow Delulu."
No, I just thought, what is the game that we could possibly play at some point, at like the halfway point, and it was like maybe Zenless is basically what I decided. Also, I'm sorry, I would say I was just trying to give everything sorted. Oh, we're gonna do this. All right, got some gameplay in the back of just some random game. All that. Hiya, gang. Why am I so bright? I don't know. Yeah, it's too bright. Let's do one tick down. Bang. Still bright. Anyways. Turn that off. Open up the chat on this one. Boppity boopity. What was hippity happen? Okay, let me read chat because I was it doesn't read up when I pull it, but in a new thing. Let me hear. All right. Yes, it's my man Grin. I finally went to the doctor. Yeah, because you were having some sort of issue last week, right? And learned what happened. I tore my right lateral
drop, so you better not let her slip through your hands twice. Also, Arknight's Enfield gameplay, hell yeah.
Yes, having something in the background. I guess the bang. This. But wait, so you tore. I've heard people's like, especially one of the common injuries with weightlifting is when you what do you call it? When you it's like this little tendon that goes all the way up your bicep. It just snaps like a twig, and then it sucks because you have to get like a surgeon where they like get a little camera in there, they pull it back and they sew it up, and you have to be real careful not to snap it again. But it's like the most common exercise or like thing. But then there's another thing where like this muscle right here just gets sucked up to the top or sucked down to the bottom, and that's all. Whenever I see videos of that, and it's super common, especially with people who lift really fucking heavy weight. Which, by the way, I wouldn't advise. I wouldn't advise. I think you should. Yeah, I'm big into systems and structure and all that stuff. But anyways, so like when you lift up a 100-pound slam ball, etc., every part of your body needs to slowly get stronger. Where some people are just like, I'm just gonna keep doing like 400 pounds bench press on my chest. Meanwhile, their grip strength and tendons and shit are just still weak as hell. But they're like, yeah, this seems right. But anyways, it's just common problems within like workout communities. But I'm so curious what you did. Oh, right, no, you were skiing. Right, so you didn't do any sort of exercise. I guess you could just, like, turn on a dime. I'm just struggling to think of how much power.
Said you can also tear your pec off your chest and detach it. Same thing happened to me, but my lateral muscle is coming slightly off my back, basically.
Oh, your neck right here? Oh, shit. Fuck. And then you were doing the skiing? It's such a... Dude, the human body is such a fucking strange thing. Like my nephew, it blew my mind that he like fell on a skateboard and shattered the strongest bone in his leg, or the bone that we have in our body. He shattered it like a twig and split it off in 3 different directions. And the doctor was like, he doesn't have any like bone like condition. So like, what the fuck? And he didn't like fall a huge amount. It's kind of one of the things that like you learn about when it comes to like old people. Like, how could an old person like fall and they just shatter their entire hip? You're like, what the fuck? How is that even possible? Like, when we were kids, we were like throwing around like garbage bags and like we were like fine. And I think if I could say anything, I think a lot of it has to do with like twitch fiber muscles, which is like there's all these like tiny little movements that you do to like reduce a fall or for your body to cradle itself in a weird way. But if you just like full on from like straight up standing up, like if somebody, I don't even know if that would count. If you were like in a dead sleep and someone threw you, because I think your body's so relaxed at that point. But there's just some sort of weird thing where full on bang into concrete will just shatter your bone like nothing. And yet, so many of us don't have it happen because of 1,000 like little tiny nerves that like twitch and fire in the right sequence to limit momentum. Shit is crazy.
Catman 11,234 said, dive down an icy hill and decided to grab a tree to slow myself down instead of just bailing.
Oh, and then just...
And basically tore it off from the force of a sudden stop.
Oh my God. Man. That... I don't even know how to... I'm trying to think of like what was the thought process? You're bombing down a hill and then like, I don't know why, but Indiana Jones with his fucking lasso, bang and pull, but at least that is a continual increase of pressure as you go off, whereas Cat just fuck. Oh, dude, I said that's the worst part, because sometimes I kick my muscle right here, like I get like a pinch. That shit hurts, so I can only imagine when that shit is detached. I'm kind of curious, Kat, how does it feel? Because like I've always wondered, I've never had that happen, thank God, hopefully it doesn't happen. And even if my muscles like tore or anything like that, I haven't had that happen. But to that extent where your muscle like detaches, I am so curious how that like functions or feels. Because I feel like at some point it would stop being just a radiating pain and your body would just like stop firing in a weird way. Like eventually pain gets numb, like your body stops sending signals to you. So I just wonder how that would fall into place. I feel like it would start sending signals to you quite quickly. Like at like week 1, it would be dog shit, like it'd be radiating pain. But then I think 2 weeks in, I feel like your brain would start
Catman
going,
11,234 said, I was told that because of previous exercise, the muscle was good enough that my rotator cuff and shoulder isn't permanently damaged. Hill was icy, so couldn't stop and was gaining speed too fast.
Gotcha. You couldn't. Well, I guess skis is different than snowboard, kind of. With snowboard, you can always just like pivot, cut, and like bomb down as much as you can. Even if it's ice, you'd start biting into the snow. But I wonder with skis. I think it's also dangerous because with skis, with like snowboard, you have 2 points like this. So then when you stop, you have 2 points of like this point and this point on a board. So you just can perfectly like bomb down that way. But on a ski, you're in the middle. So like when you do a sharp turn like that on a dime, you're like it could give this way or give that way. So like you break your fucking heel, I would assume, if you're going really fast. So I guess it's not the same. I mean, that's one of the few down points of skiing versus snowboarding, which skiing wins most of those battles, to be honest. Just skiing is significantly more efficient. But anyways, but the cool factor with snowboarding is like here. Anyway, but yeah, what do you got, guys? Man, I have so much to talk to you about this week as well, man. I got like dog shit ass sick. For like the whole thing.
Catman11234 said every day feels like I did 8 hours of back day is that type of pain.
Okay.
Also my hand goes numb if I'm not careful and I have to stretch to have the feeling come back. I hear you're sick, get well soon.
Fuck man, who cares I'm sick? I'm not fucking dude, that's the kind of shit that would like drive me nuts because it's such a disabling like life situation where you're like, am I like, it sounds fucked up, but my thought would be like, when can I start exercising again? What does this look like? Like what? I need to have like a mental frame of like how do I get to a place where I'm in my balance point again? Because right now you're like offset by a lot. At least to me, I'd be like, wait, I need to like have a talk with the doctor and be like, okay, is there a surgery we're doing? Okay, there's a surgery. Got it. Okay, there's a surgery happening. Okay, so after the surgery, how much is recovery? This much. Okay.
Loan syndicate said
so 2 months.
I want to play this game, but my wallet can't take another gotcha, is what I always say. But here I am playing 4 of them.
Yeah, I'm about to say. And loan is also spending money in a good bit of them. I do wonder the possibilities. Sometimes if loan did decide to cut it down to 1. 1. We'll say 1. Which one would it be for 1? And then 2, what would you do with all that money? because it is. I would guarantee it's at like a minimum of like $400 to $500 per like 2 months to a month. So yeah, like in a year, you're like, you could have bought like 3 giga PCs or a car or something, you know, used car, but still a car. But would they bring you as much happiness as digital waifus? You know, who knows? Every day I feel like the 8-hour pain. Yeah, but yeah, what's going on with Cat? I feel like I would just need to have like some sort of like goalpost of like, things will get back to normal here. So I just need to endure for this amount of time. Otherwise, there's so much uncertainty and so much like, well, how does this affect me with this? How can I like work with it? You know, there's just too much to be like, fuck. You need to like plant a flag and be like, okay, in 2 months, I'll have this and we'll be good to go. Although, how did that work with you, Kat? Because I believe you were in the States, and I hear your medical situation is always not the best. Your doctor, what's it called? Healthcare system is always not the best, especially for something like that. I wonder how
Catman
it's covered.
11,234 said, can't lift more than 10 pounds. Can't exercise. Can't was my hair for the next 2 weeks. No surgery yet, thankfully. But I've lost some gains. I'm quite sad. Doc said, thankfully, I'm not at 90% forever.
Yeah, that's good. That's the. Although,
Lone Syndicate said, probably not GRINN. Plus, you can't say anything about the PC anymore.
The RAM.
I brought 2 of them in the past year.
It is true, but imagine. Well, I don't even know if you're a big graphics kind of person. I don't know if that motivates you as much. You know. Kat says, I was extremely scared that after this would be permanently only, even after 90%. Yeah, the 90% capacity. Although it's fucked up. It's like a messed up part of my brain, but like the part of me is like 90%. You're like, so that just means I have to work like 3 times as harder and I can get back to what is normal. Okay, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, maybe it's just because I was born like with fucked up hands. So like my purview is always like, all right, you're just gonna have to, train your grip 20 times harder. Most people are figuring out another way to grab something. Anyways. Also, what is this? That character looks cool. She got like that, actually the first kind of character I've seen who's a little bit thicker. Like, just genuinely, like, big boned. What happened to Cat? Cat was skiing and grabbed a fucking branch to slow down because he was bombing down a hill too quick and couldn't, and then tore his fucking lat. I think it's like this gigantic muscle connecting the neck to the arm and the back. Yeah. I was extremely... Also, Fluff is catching up. Seems the UI for streaming is a bit different once again. So at first, thought it was a DVR was off. Yeah, what do you call it? It's weird, man. Yeah, YouTube keeps changing shit. And I just like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm getting older, but I'm like, why? What? Like, is that nothing was wrong with it, like at all? Like, there's things that you could do to streaming that would help immensely. Like, give people like a way to redeem points. A way to like, what do you call it? Have little fun mini games, some shit. There's like a bunch of features that are awesome. Like people can throw shit your fucking character and like huck crap at you and put something on the screen that's silly. Like these are all things that they should just be like, that's a great idea for gamification. Let's just inject it into the actual fucking thing. Instead, they're like, no, you have to download 16 different types of software that will make your PC run like shit. You have fun, and they're like, great. But what if we changed the UI and made everyone confused for another 3 years? And you're like, what is your problem? You know. Also, what's good, both people? He says, I hope you get better, Cat. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Lone? I passed on my exam. Let's go, Bolty. That's fucking huge news. This time, and I'm happy about it right now. Hell yeah, Bolty. That's super exciting.
Hi there, GRINN. I'm a little late.
Ooh.
How was our week?
This is you being early. Right? I'm happy to have you, buddy. Also, I thought we might do Borderlands this week, but I thought let's do one more week of Warframe, and then next week we'll do Borderlands. Because I thought we could probably wrap up the story of Borderlands, the new DLC, in like one stream. But I feel like in order to like, I like Borderlands. I would like to play it a little more, so I wanted to have more time to like fully flesh it out. So that's what we'll do next week. Bop 2 days. How was my week? Says Rado. My week, man. What do you call it? Okay, so I told you guys this last time where I'm like, dude, it's finally happening. My paintballs are coming in on Monday, so I can start mixing my paint so I can just bang, bang, boom, and just in like rip, basically. But I went and helped my brother with some of his business. Has his own business. And I heard him coughing. Someone doing it. I was like, huh, that's not great. But hey, I got a pretty good immune system. And Monday hit, and I went to sleep. Actually, I went to sleep Sunday at 8, which is really weird for me. I usually go to sleep at 10 sharp. But I was sick as hell. You know when you go to sleep and you feel like your eyes super glossy, you feel like your face is full of blood, and you got like this pinchy headache in the background? To me, it's like the most vivid, like your immune system's under attack. It's doing its best kind of feeling. You just kind of feel sick as well. Unwell, that kind of thing. Anyways, I went to sleep, and I thought, this isn't going to fuck up my Monday. I'm going to do the thing I said I would do. And I got in there. Well, first I woke up feeling not very great. And then I got into the garage. I started painting. Bro, I started feeling like if it wasn't for a shit ton of water and coffee, I'd have been tapping out. But it sucks because I wanted to come here today and be like, guys, I fucking bashed my head against the wall for 8 hours and came out with a good amount of understanding. Unfortunately, my average for this week per day was 4 hours, which is not good enough at all. I'm not going to be able to make it to my 25 hours of currency within a week, which is shitty. But hey, point is, I did paint some shit.
Lone Syndicate said, "Grin. I got some new art in the art tab."
Ooh, hell yeah, let's go check it out. But I got a shit ton of stuff to show you guys. I got some legs, some severed legs, like a real sick freak to show you guys. I got some heads that I'm probably going to try to paint and just get repetitions in. And I got a bunch of shit to talk to you about the whole paint journey, all right? But I know, riveting. It's actually kind of interesting. And I got actual tangible things to show you. It's not just me like reminiscing about a memory. All right, boppity boopity, let's go over to this. I want to see Lone's art thing. That gives me the perfect excuse to show you guys some of the images I also put in the art tab as well. Boppity boopity. I was thinking about making a new tab called Progress, but I voted against it because it's kind of less art and it's more me like it's less about being like, look how cool it is, and more like I need to get better at this. It's not a game. I'm not trying to show people things. I'm just trying to move the needle, essentially. But yes, is this the one, Lone, in the art tab you said? I think I've seen this one when I looked in the art tab, so it's not new to me, but it looks fucking fantastic. Bang! This is Lone's, absolutely fantastic. It's the Diva Girl, and yeah, man, hella cute, neat, all that stuff. What do you call it? I wonder what this bit is. Is this her hand, or is this the shadowing of this thing? Oh no, that's her hand wrap, right? Because she has like a weird fucking glove or some shit. Right, yeah, it's right here. That's easy. Gotcha. Why are your hands so cold?
Batman 11,234 said Mr. Spock, divert all funds to statues. The children get half rations.
Yes.
Lone Syndicate said, scroll down, I finished it.
Oh, you uploaded that? Oh my God, look, I love the color, boyo. That looks fucking fire, man. Oh my God, that's such a nice difference. That is a really good, that's impressive, Lone. I love that. I like the color choice. I don't think that's naturally like her color. I like her color, I think, is just white and pink, and yours is black and purple and pink, which is so much more appealing. And a little bit blue. I love that. The only thing I wish more is these horns were fucking huge. I wish they were fucking climbing up the side of her head and shit. That's just because I like the abnormality of it all, you know? But I will say, that looks incredible. I really love the color. And that even pops in like the small form, Lone. You gotta use those colors more often. I also like the little, now that I'm painting shit, I know what you're doing
Lone
with some
Syndicate
stuff.
said this is her skin.
Oh, she has a skin like that. Oh, okay, I see. Well, that is fantastic, man. I can't wait to see more of what you draw when it comes to that. I like that color palette. Anywho, all right. This is me on my own bullshit, okay? So this is the first leg I did. It looks like shit. It looks horrible, all right? It looks gangrene, not good. In fact, it looks better here than it does visually when you see it in the thing on your monitor. It did not go well. This is my first attempt at trying what is essentially a natural skin pigment, which basically creates. You can't have any fun with stuff. You have to keep it really. You have to take everything you do and like minus it by 1,000. Like the realistic skin pigment is like subtlety is the game. So then I abandoned ship and went with what I basically was learning about for such a long time. I tried emulating the realistic stuff, which I know I can do now. But again, it's like the one thing that I keep coming back to that just drives me nuts is I need certain colors Fucking full stop. I just need like colors that emulate the layers and the undertones that I need, but I don't have any fucking vessels to put them in. So I end up like having to use the same 6 bottles that I have, and I have to like I feel so guilty throwing away these expensive paint. So I just put it in a fucking water bottle essentially, and I'm never gonna use this again. I'm just a psycho who's like, I don't want to lose the fucking paint, I guess. So then I feel guilty about like throwing away the paint and just using like creating new color. Anyways, I ordered fucking 80 bottles, all right? 80 bottles of like fucking plastic things from fucking Temu, and they haven't came yet. They're supposed to be here Monday, and now they're looking like it's next Monday. Anyways, bullshit. Bullshit. Anyways, this one, I feel like I didn't do great, all right? Full stop, bang. But then there's this. I also wrote like a little update because I was like, I wrote this all at once. I basically was writing notes so I can track my progress and like understand when something works, what I did. Anyways, this one I thought looks significantly better. It's still basically the problem that you're trying to get away from with skin pigmentation is you're trying to do 2 things. You're trying to basically add shadows, highlights, but the main thing, at least my opinion, is you're trying to actually create transparency within the blood and the skin that is inhabiting it. So
Lone Syndicate said it was my first time using a color palette like that. Don't really use pinks and purples, and those colors always go untouched. So when I saw Arya's skin, I was like, this is a perfect time to use them.
Perfect time, man. I feel like that's a strength, Lone. I feel like that was a really good strength. I feel like lighter colors on a white background are like money. They're delicious, you know, whereas darker pigment, especially with undertones and shit, I can't even tell you guys about these fucking undertone motherfuckers. Anyways, alright, so, but yeah, the problem with this one is that it looks like a lag. I think it looks like a lag. It's got the skin pigment, but it looks like what is essentially the disgusting, heinous part of skin pigmentation, which is, it looks like motherfucking plastic, basically. It looks basic. I did some okay things here. There's some highlights. The darkening of the shadows here is actually probably one of the better things I've done. This is the one thing that is kind of kicking my absolute ass is creating shadow indentation. Pain in the ass, and it's super fucking fine. I think it's all basically on the colors that I'm using as my undertones, which again, I can't fucking get the right color pigment. Anyways, but this one's okay. This one's fine. Not great. But then, I feel like we started getting somewhere. I feel like, so this, to me, I'm curious what you guys think about it, because I got a bunch of them I'll actually show you guys in real time. But this is where we start getting actual, like, gradients to legs, which your leg is not just one block of color. It is like, there's a little bit of red bleeding through, there's some tan parts here, there's some highlights here. Your skin is a fucking mess, basically. So having this, like, slight gradient, it's better. Better. Not great. Not great, but better. I feel like we started getting some, like, actual decent skin pigmentation.
Lone Syndicate said, also, I'll point this out every time I draw them, but look at those hands. Also been loving your art journey as well.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Kat says, your skin painting is looking well. I like the shadow between the muscles. Hopefully it gets better. But anyways, then there is this one, which is where I peaked. And dude, I thought it wouldn't happen to me. By the way, there's some mistakes here. There's like, this is too much. There's like some definitely spots that were not the best. But I never thought this would happen to me, gang. But it happens to everyone who does anything when it comes to art. I peaked. I was like, I got it. I understand the formula. Did it again. Different result. So there's a lot of like execution and all this stuff. Good news is it's not by a huge margin. This is an issue that I have, which is I have like the unfortunate brain that constantly wants to try things. So a good way of like learning is to, whenever you start succeeding at something, break that thing that you just succeeded on down. So like, you'll try, you'll fail. You'll try, you fail. You'll try, you'll go well. Take the thing that went well, immediately break it down and track every step that you did so you can redo it, and then refine that. I have the bullshit thing where I'm like, but what if we tried purple as a contrasting undertone in combination with magenta? And it's so heavy. It's so heavy to like fix it. Anyways, but this I feel like was a pretty good rendition of a Caucasian lag. Again, there's a little bit here because again, the shading thing, you let like some browns or like tan colors seep through, and it's just in order to, you soften everything up and it creates this weird grainy thing. Anywho, but yes, what, also, so there's that, but let's open up this again. So this. All right, so let me see. Do I have all of them? Yes. All right. Welcome to my leg show and tell. Okay, I'm not a serial killer, please. Anyways, all right. Also, what time is it? It's 3. Also, thank you guys for tuning in early. My grandma's birthday is today, and I have to go have a cool party with my fam, so that's what that is. Anyways, okay, so let me show you. Sorry about that. The journey, all right? Which was the first one? I think it was the worst. All right, so this was number 1.
Catman 11,234 said all this, and we don't even get any grin leg.
My legs are hairy as hell, dog. I am like hairless above, and then as soon as it goes to my thighs down, a forest, a nightmare.
Lone Syndicate said, Grin I'ma wait for you to finish talking about your thing, then I got more ZZ news for you about Mace Girl.
Perfect, thank you. I would like to finish this out, if that's possible. Leg. It's still... I guess I'll zoom in with this thing. Is that zoomed in enough? Where's the hot spot? Is it this? There, I guess that's good enough. This one, dude, everything looks significantly less shit on camera. These fucking people who make the videos on this stuff, it's a scam. Because it looks not that bad here. This is my worst one. It looks green to me. Like with the visual eye, it looks green. But anyways, so that was one of them. What was the second shittiest? This was also not great. That was okay. It's so fucking bright. All right, there. This looks a little bit normal. All right, so that was that one. Still dark. It's again. It looks kind of not as shit on camera here. Anywho, and this is where we started to get better. I think, is that my best one? No, it's not. So we have this. It looks more red on camera, actually. Not bad. We got some definition in the muscular structure. Not the worst. All right. I feel like I'm just, it looks like now there we go. That looks actually different. All right, cool. So this is the one where I actually felt like it was pretty good. This one's decent, but it's also way more red than normal. And you can kind of tell here, it's a little more red. Anyways, and then so those are my good attempts. Is this, 8 was my best attempt. But can you see, did it show up on camera? Yeah, it does. So this one, I wanted to get some of the fucking red pigment back in, and it wouldn't happen. So then I tinted it, and now it all looks red. Looks like sunburned to 9,000. You know what I mean? Well, that's kind of a neat technique to learn about with sunburn and stuff. Anywho, and then this one, just imbalanced, all that stuff. But then this is the one that I actually did good on, I think. Which looks the most less cursed, you know? Anywho, not done. Not done yet. Fucking chill out. I'm still here. Okay, so I was like, all right, I kind of got a decent understanding of the legs, but the legs are kind of, they're soft in that sense. The difficulty is soft. Legs, also legs. Thanks, guys. But what do you call it? There's so then I was like, okay, one thing I need to start getting better at is just painting the face, because face is a huge variable of painting, right? So I printed a bunch of these heads, and 9% of them are in the garage at my paint station. So I can't show you all of them, but I can show you some. Does anybody know who this character is? There's a lot of characters here. I wonder if anyone knows who any of them are. Do you know what that is? Because I fucking don't. I think it's a Bleach character, but it could just be an old sensei guy, you know? I have no idea. This one I know who is. Does anyone in the chat know who this guy is? This is number 2. Anybody know who that is? Bleach 1 is old man number 1. Hell yeah, do you know who that is? I think, well, Cat I feel like we might know. Cat likes him, his TV. Strongest old man in fiction. Looks like it's Ragnar. It's the Vikings Ragnar guy. This one's an obvious one. Thought we would go with that. Some female face and bone structure. But this one I feel like turned out like too well. And I'm kind of like, fuck. 1 second. This. Oh, fuck. This is going to be something that Bolty comments on. I think immediately. That turned out really well. And the supports were kind of not a nightmare to take off. Good old Medusa head. I also got Bleach. I got the One Piece guy. Gumball, or whatever his name is. And then I got
Bolty_1337
a bunch of other ones.
Smash.
Bang. There it is. Monster
Catman
fucker card. All that.
11,234 said Snussy.
Ew. Oh my god. Oh, that was a visceral response. Anyways, but I have a bunch of other ones. Actually, I can maybe show you the whole thing. Let me see. We're on Facecam anyway, so I can toggle around my PC. Do I have it open? I think I gotta pull it over here. There it is. Alright, good. Pull this up. Prepare. I can. Okay, so this is what I printed. This is what I printed. Alright, so I printed this guy. Does anybody know who this fucking thing is? I think it's another Bleach character. But this shit is sharp as hell. His like spikes. Oh god. His spikes. Also, Old Man was supposed to look like that, but when peeling off the supports. Oh, it's lagging. Uh-oh. Alright. Old Man's eyebrows did not make it. We in fact ripped him off. This guy looks actually pretty cool. He's another Bleach character, I think. He's got his whole mouth tone. I got this one. I thought that one turned out really well, actually. Bleach guy. We got Laura. We got this dude who's a fucking unit. What a cool character he is. I don't know who he's from, what he's from. But yes, those are the characters that I printed, and I have. Also Bleach, but you don't know his name. This guy I feel like is, a big character in Bleach as well, but yeah. So that's what I'm going to be painting. I'm not sure if I'm going to paint all of them, because, woof. But, you know. And I ordered skin pigmentation primer, which is the stuff that like helps to bite to the plastic, although you don't really need to do it with filament, because filament's already kind of a jagged thing, so paint binds to it pretty easily. But I ordered like a skin pigmentation thinking I was being clever, and I'm like, dude, now that I know about undertones, I should have got it in white, because white basically scatters light the most, so when you do layers, it punches through all that fucking shit, and it uses the white at the background to make those colors have even more depth. Anyways, we'll figure it out. Okay. Alright, Lone, hit me with some Z stuff. That's basically my painting journey. I painted some other stuff, but they didn't really turn out, and I gotta redo them. There's this
Catman
lady,
11,234 said with how popular it is, Resident Evil 9 statues would go so hard RN.
They are, but right now we're in our
Leon the
training
Sex
arc.
Kennedy with a sick-ass kit would go so hard.
Leon the
Multi
Sex...
underscore 1337 said, hold on.
Hold on, what? There's also this one, which I repainted, but I feel like I could have done a lot better. It went okay. YouTube, this is a fully clothed person. It just happens to not have the skin pigmentation of the one person paid. So I painted this one. The skin pigmentation's okay. What the fuck is the hot point of this? There. This one is okay. It's, I did okay with the skin pigmentation. I needed to basically have more of, like, the bleed. You can see a little bit of, like, reddish tones in her stomach, which is natural, like, bleed of color. But the thighs are too baked in. It's fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Anywho, what's good, James? Awkward time to come in, but hello.
Lone Syndicate said Mace Girl got a buff. Apparently she can now do a bloom now question Grin. Do know what a bloom is?
Fucking no, absolutely I don't know what a bloom is. Oh god. Oh no. Oh shit, now it's all messed up. What's good, James? Yeah. I take it Let It Die things, let's see. Watched you play Let It Die 7 years ago. Do you still play? Absolutely not. We played it for almost 3 years straight. I have fond memories of it. I look back on it with reverence. I would love if they made a Let It Die 3 where it was similar to Let It Die 2 but had co-op and had you going down instead of up and kept the things that we loved about it, like upgrade structure.
GRED71 said heyo.
What's good, Red? You missed a lot. I just did my show and tell for my painting things. But yes, all right, Lone, hit me with the Z's stuff that you want to tell me. I do not know what bloom is, though. Stream keeps buffering as I try to catch up. Pain. No, internet shit in the bed a little bit. Mace Girl got a buff. Apparently, she can now do Bloom. No question, Grin. Do you know a Bloom? I don't. I was gonna say, so you mentioned that the Umbrella Girl is popping, and I should get her this time. But I feel like I'm more drawn to Mace Lady, man. Because I think about where she would fit. And she would fit in my my what's it called? The one team I can't think of what it's called. Fuck. I don't, like the Jane Doe team, which I think that's okay. It'd be cool using Jane Doe, but I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle about like, should we go for the one character that's the Umbrella Lady, or should I go for the Mace Lady? And the Mace Lady looks at least cool, you know. I'm gonna throw up in my mouth. I'm so sorry. James says, I agree. Yeah, James, what do you call it? James, this is a really big aside, but I ask everyone who played Let It Die and it was enjoyed when we played it, this question. If I made a video in the next 2 months, let's say, where I basically make a big-ass Let It Die statue of the iconic Let It Die title screen, and I said, hey, this is the process of me making it. Hopefully it's fun to watch. By the way, if you want me to send this to you for free, what do you call it? Give me your email so I can contact you in some way and send it your way. Would that be something that you would like, watch, and possibly be interested in? Now, I say it's the iconic guy, but I also feel like we might have to do two, and we might have to do the Umbrella Lady, or no, Mushroom Lady, sorry, in some sort of fun, silly
Lone
situation.
Syndicate said, so a bloom is the additional damage that certain anomaly characters do.
So small.
You have one of those characters, Vivian, aka Goth Umbrella Girl, so you can probably see what that is good.
Oh, okay. So wait, can my Vivian work with that team? Interesting. I do have Vivian. What other character? Don't you have to have an element to apply bloom as well? So I thought bloom happens when there's two elements and then one, well, like, yeah. Although my character's loaded so poorly built that I'm kind of like, yes. Oh, also, dude, guys, I had a fucking Swedish pancake. James says, possibly. I know. I feel like it's all execution. I feel like you're like, how cool is the statue? How much time is it taking you to make it? Like, is it a fucking hour-long video if you make a statue? Hell no. If it's 10 minutes and you have something cool at the end of it, maybe. And I don't
Lone
know,
Syndicate said you're thinking of Disorder Grin.
I'm thinking of Disorder. So what is Bloom now? Well, how do you detonate Bloom? I know Vivian has the thing you mentioned. I don't know anything about these characters I haven't used in a decade. This fucking sweater is so tight. Oh. And I'm sick, so my body just decides I'm sweating now for no reason because we're fighting off a virus. I'm like, great, thanks.
Catman11234 said Grin. Have you found that your time in the past with AI art has helped with statues at all? Maybe given you an eye for detail?
1 second. Oh my god. All right. What do you call it? I gotta think about that question real quick. Let me get to it in a sec. It's a great question. Thank you so much for asking it. James says, I'm still grinding. So upset about them ending the online. Oh wait, what? Are they like pulling support of Let It Die 1? Yikes, that's rough. So Let It Die 2 probably not happening. That's a real shame. Or do you mean like the like? Yeah, I wonder. I mean. Dude, I don't know. It could be a blessing in disguise. You know, maybe if they're about to like turn it into like a single player game, basically, maybe they're like, hey, we'll just do the expedition system so you get much more resources. We'll what do you call it? We'll make it so that decals can be dropped at a much higher rate now. It's not that we won't be making money from it, but we can just, you know, kind of say like this cash cow has kind of been done. I say this knowing that's not going to happen one bit, but hey, it'd be something if we were like, hey, we're going to pull off the ability for the dynamic nature of online, which I had a few mechanics around. Interesting. I wonder. Anyways,
Lone Syndicate said a bloom triggers when certain basic attacks hit an enemy inflicted with an anomaly.
The basic attack hits a certain enemy. Oh, okay. Oh, so that gives you an excuse to use the Mace Girl's like melee? Hell yeah. Offline, no DMs in TDM done by CPU. Oh, okay. Offline, no DMS in TDM. So they're turning off the Tokyo Death Metro. So with the online, like the multiplayer faculty, they'll turn off. How do you make money then? Is it just like you just do like random sieges of like the most common rooms? I feel like you could keep that gameplay mechanic, which is kind of cool.
Catman11234 said, "Holy shit! So many games I'd love to keep playing as offline single-player games instead of them shutting down."
Dude, yeah. Well, I also say that, but like most of us, I mean, there's different types of players. So people do want to like go back and play their games that they love. But at the same time, I also think that like I think they have data. Like I think a lot of these companies have data that showed like nobody does that. Like maybe like you go back and play it for like an hour, like 2 hours. Maybe you tell your friend about it, so you play it for like maybe 2 days, and then you guys move on to something else. But I feel like it has to be a low number, you know. It's the biggest issue is that you paid for something and you're not getting that anymore.
Have you tried doing anything with the Warframe/Protoframe models I linked a few weeks back?
With the no, I basically because I was sick and I was trying to still make time for my like painting thing. I got into Warframe for 2 hours, which is something, and I just banged out the story as much. And I found out that our weird mom basically went and got some milk with a real tall stranger alien guy, and I thought that's kind of fucked up. And I thought I'll try to keep grinding it through this because it doesn't look like it's a lot of story. It's a lot of talking. I don't know if people want to see that when it comes to Warframe. I will probably tap into that tomorrow. But the Protoframe stuff, models, no, I haven't. It probably would be a good idea maybe for me to look on, well, I don't know, because like I could theoretically go online and try to find out like what artifact thing I need to farm, but it's such fragmented information that I don't know if it's as streamlined as I would think it would be. That's why like having Fluff there to be like, we're gonna go over here and grab this is kind of nice, because Fluff I think has already done that process within like the same time horizon, so he's like, all right, this is top of mind, I know we go over here, we do this. Whereas again, like that's the issue with Warframe. We're like, how do I unlock this thing? It's like, you need to go do this. I'm like, okay, well that's locked. And it's like, okay, now I need to go do these 2 things. And you're like, brother, you know. But yeah, but that's I feel like eventually you'll get to a point where you're like, I'm good, I'm top of mind, you know, I'm current. Actually, that'd probably be a really good video of someone like, hey, here's how you can get caught up on all the shit that like will stop you from getting anything in this game. You need to do this, 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 in this exact order. If you don't have this, then you need, but like going from 0. That, because oftentimes the person's like, start at step 6, and you're like, I don't know what the other steps 4 and 5 I had don't have completed. Like, what do you mean? I'm still grinding for the rest of the year. Blah, blah. Red says converting those types of games into single player costs money and time, which is why you never see Corpus do that. Yeah, but I thought there was another like studio that showed that it wasn't actually that expensive at all, especially with like modders. Like the amount of times that modders will just come out of there and like bang it out in like what seems like a month. But what do you call it? And I think it's made extremely easy if they did give out like parts of the thing for the community to like mess around with. That's why I think modded games rarely have any of that stuff happen. Like I never really know of any modded game that has what's it called? Had that like shut down and like all of the things went with it. I think that usually the modders have some sort of code to build off of, so where they're like, oh no, I can if I get 50% there, I can make up the other 50%, you know. I think it's much more about optics than anything. I think it's like companies would rather, like, because if you think about it, what happens when all of your potential players are playing the old game that doesn't have any monetary fixed value anymore? That's not even just a not useful customer, that's a hollow customer. So it's better for you to not play the game anymore so that you're more incentivized to play the new thing that's going to cost you money. I think it's much more into line with that. But that's just my 2 cents. Just because if you think about it through a business lens, it's like people playing an older game for 20 years is actually not great. Again, unless you're like Skyrim, Bethesda, who just injects so much like value for them to keep buying it on. Like, again, this is why Bethesda ports Skyrim to like 50 different consoles, you know, and you don't even know that half of them existed, because it allows them to like regurgitate the same thing. And then they start making the paid for mods. So they're like, hey, see, that way we can keep, you know, getting this thing to loop.
Catman 11,234 said, cracking games is insane these days. Games Only will allow you to view their source code as it is written, in extremely simple terms.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
basically, game crackers must load every single scene and code.
No, for sure. I was gonna say. Also, I feel like we've never been in a better time for that. So there must be, and especially with AI, dude. Oof. I feel like AI is gonna eat that for like dinner. But I was gonna say, that's one thing that, like, to me, I'm excited for the Steam Frame, whenever the fuck this thing launches. I don't know, man. But everyone is already speculating, because this is something that's really sad in the VR community, if anyone's seen. But basically, Meta, who's like been injecting fucking steroids into the VR space for such a long time, and then like kneecapping you by exclusivity and stuff like that. They basically pulled out entirely of VR. It seems like they've entirely they're not interested in doing a gaming headset very much anymore. They might do one more. They're no longer supporting studios that they've like never let them release games anyway, so it's not that we just drop off in that way. But it's basically just like a big player that's been massively injecting money into VR has been pulled out. But the good news is that it seems like there's a bunch of people who have access to the Steam Frames dev kit, and they're like, yeah, there's emulators that could run all of the previous MetaQuest games, basically. And as a final fuck you to to the guy, that wouldn't be a bad fuck you to the guy, basically. I'm gonna take your whole fucking catalog and play it on my Steam Frame, you son of a bitch. Anyways, but yes. Yeah, man, I don't know. The VR is in such a weird place. I want to make a video of it so badly, but I was going to wait until I got the Steam Frame to kind of like be a good reason to get back into VR. But now I'm kind of like, ugh. I want to get back into VR, but like now I'm like, I don't know when it's happening. You know, like I think it's like been a month since I've uploaded a video on the My Pal Smash channel, to where I'm kind of like, now I feel like I gotta wait until like I could actually make a comeback, you know? But yeah. Also, Kat asked a really good question, said, have you ever found that your time in the past with using AI and whatnot has helped you with the statues at all? I think it's helped me in the sense of like understanding complexity, I guess. Like, and I think most people know this who work with any kind of software, but there's like so many layers of complexity that you just have to kind of, it sounds horrible, you have to like eat shit for breakfast, basically. Like, you're just constantly like, what the fuck is that? What? And you look and you shift around a bunch, and you try to find anyone who gives you some sort of baseline understanding, and all the information's old and like outdated, so it's just pain. It's just like so much pain where you're constantly having to be like, wait, so how do I segment legs? Okay, wait, there's a new problem. All right, how did that problem get introduced? And you're just constantly having to troubleshoot. To where like that to me is like something that's helped me, because you just have to continually like just be open to like, you almost can't even feel pain anymore. It, like when it comes to that level of friction or whatever you want to call it, like this like just sheer like, what the hell is this? I don't even know. We're just gonna work down this problem slowly, and then you overcome it. And you're like, all right, good. That was 4 hours. That was 4 hours of my life, and honestly, the fix could probably be done in 20 minutes. But just the search of it alone, that's the nature of the game. Pain. But as far as like painting, the thing that I think has helped me the most is actually, weirdly enough, my like weird fucked up imagination, which I talked to you guys about beforehand. But like, if there's anything that I've like have that I think is a little weird is I think about stories constantly, like almost as like a I can't control it kind of thing, and I'll constantly like run simulations in my head of like characters, and it wouldn't be cool if this happened. And I think everyone does this. I just can't turn it off. But when I'm trying to sleep at night, I can't stop thinking about it. But what this has also resulted in me is being able to like visually look at the world. Like, say if I'm looking at my monitor, I can overlay in my imagination, whatever you want to call it, in real time, what I want to see. Like, I could put a suit of armor in front of me. I could put what do you call it, a character dancing. I could like anything like that. Like, I can see it not perfectly like razor sharp clarity, but I can see the movement. I can see all of that. So like when it comes to painting something, like to me that's something that's extremely easy, is like seeing things. When you're looking at an image, you're not actually looking at the image, you're looking at various shades of undertones. So like the things that are underneath the color that make the color pop in a certain way. And then there's the simple aspect of like lighting. So like, where does shading go? Where would shading fall into? What are all the mechanics that function like that? Which makes it kind of frustrating when like you know the mechanics of something, but to do it is still your bottleneck. So it's the actual like input is a bit fucky. But yeah. Okay, the buffering is happening even when live, so don't know if it's on my end or Grinn's. I don't think it's on my end, because usually you see more people complain about it if it's on my end, and I have the green light here. Yes. So let me know if anyone else is getting buffering or weirdness, but usually it's yes, it's usually on everyone else's end. Because I usually can tell, like in OBS, it's red. Like the ping is like dropping to like weird qualities, you know? But yes. Also, let me see. Kat says, I just wish my Quest 2 was out of their damn ecosystem. I had to make a Facebook account. Yeah, it's tough. I already had a Facebook account way back in the day. I haven't fucking used it for at all. I just wish my over that. Also, James says, "Lol, not trying to be weird, but me and my girl love saying decal the way you did." You know what's so fucked up? There's actually a story behind that, James. My family, for a long time, has like put decals on cars. Like, I mean, it's just my like dyslexia. I say a word and I keep saying it, and like it's the context of Let It Die. It never dawned on me that I'm like, oh, it's like a decal to a car, but like the decal and Let It Die was decal for me in my head, like a different quadrant of the brain it was associated with. But yeah, man. Dude, there was the Let It Die was a great time because so much of it was not looking at the comments as well, because so many people were like, it's either like you kind of were like, it's just him, it's just is what it is, everyone's flawed, but it's our guy a little bit, and I always appreciated that. But there were so many people who just were like, it drove them mental. Like, and even stuff like, again, I remember like it's a different level of like people who are just crazy. But I remember talking to someone who was basically like, it was an argument I was going to have with someone where basically I was trying to make the point of like, it's really unfortunate that things that we thought were real were not real. Like, you know, Tokyo Death, the Tengeku is almost like, is extremely clear that like the thing they told us, which is like the enemies that fell in the Tower of Barbs are now the things that are like their corpses, they're dead on that floor, will come and hunt you. So, you know, that's a thing. It's not a thing at all. They entirely, like at some point that might have been the thing, but they entirely just took the highest proficiency people who would kill you, like on the tower, and then they would just basically send it and flush it through Tengeku. So like everyone had a bunch of fucking assault rifles with a bunch of like armor that was specifically resistant to guns, which you would never do that. Like if you did fall, like there's no world where you're using a long range weapon and then you're getting like long ranged armor. Like you're never gonna get shot with a Kamas. You're just hovering a corner. Like this is insane. You would go with fucking Pierce, which is when the enemies finally do jump on you, you die. So like it's just stupid. Anyways, but I remember having this conversation with this person, and they were like, it's totally not. The game is not like rigged, or like the mushroom stew is not like heavily loaded in this way, and the Kamas is actually fine. And it just made me be like, oh, people are crazy. Like, and again, this person had basically, like, to prove me wrong, they had beaten the entire game with never getting a decal, with like using basically entirely free stuff. And I asked how long it took, and it took them 3,000 hours. And they had to map out every single weapon in their head. And I was saying, like, who the fuck is gonna do that? Like, what are you talking about? Man, that was something that, like, I think was the one thing I did really well in Let It Die, is I knew that, like, the answer, like, don't kill the messenger could be dissolved into people do not, if the answer is, guess what, we're all going to die, you should probably not say that. You should probably go with the 0.1% chance of people possibly living. So like, for me, I'd always, like, again, this is what, like, killed me about the Forceman, dude. The Forceman had such fun gear to get. They weren't powerful. It was just kind of durable. That was it. But oh my fucking god, they made it so impossible, and it killed me that they took away all. Let It Die was such a brilliant game, man. It had so much like depth of like resource gains and stuff like that. Like you could use the expedition system. You could use the fucking like the multiplayer system to get a shit ton of things. You could use the events to get tons of mushrooms, money, weapons, all of these things. And you could gamify the game by your understanding of those things. And then they just say, hey, guess what? We've decided to just cull all of the mushrooms from any of these future Forceman fights. Just completely shit you out of luck, so that you have like a 0.1% chance of living. Oh, and why would they do that? Because of fucking decals, man. It's because of decals and because of fucking death metals. The more you die, the more they make. And also, it didn't even become about dying. It became about getting fucking stew. And decals that gave you a fucking stupid 40% massive damage gain. Anyways, I always get triggered when talking about Let It Die because I have so much love and reverence for it, and it was one of the few like ballsy games, dude. Fucking armor that degraded, awesome. Fucking like the random things that you could send to people and you would kill them, or you could send like an easy kill for them and get them the resources, so you just like were a good member of the community. Like there's so many layers to that game that were like awesome. And then as the game progressed, it just became about like, it's like ripped apart all the mechanics just to make it impossibly difficult to incentivize the thing that they were doing, selling a bunch of decals. I don't know, man. I will always have like so much love, and we just finished playing Suda51's game, which was Rimio is a Dead Man. And I tried to be positive, man. Like, look, now that I've had some like a couple weeks without playing it, I don't think it's actually that great. Like, I think it's weird, but like mechanically, I don't know, man. Like, I so badly, if I was like just free to do, like free to spend my time however I wanted, I didn't want to achieve things in my life. I would totally make a video showcasing a fucking amazing game.
Catman 11234 said, at this point in your YouTube space, I've got a mental catalog of GRINN translations for stuff like decals and decals, that and the voice in your head, haha.
Yes, the voice in my head is one that it's one of the few things that like, it's an insane hit rate of people who are like, that made you my guy. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't sure about you, but this made me just like pause and hit subscribe. And at the time, it was honestly, dude, it was just completely born from my own self-hatred. That was it. Loved it to yes, yeah. Everyone was like, that's my guy now. And I think it's funny because like I was just sitting there editing, and I'm like, this fucking idiot. Okay, he let me do it, and then I would do it. But yeah. Well, it's not occurring with the other streams as far as I can tell, so it might just have to do with bad connection to whatever is pinging between GRINN and I. Yeah, weird. Is the Twitch thing still shit in the bed? Like on Twitch, is it still laggy and nightmare? Because if it was both of those, then it might be a YouTube like fuckiness type thing. Also, shout out to you guys who suggested. I think it was Kat who suggested me the browser Brave. Holy shit. I don't have my clicky mouse or tapping, which I kind of did enjoy. In Opera, there was like this feature where when you typed, it like created like clicky sounds, and I just thought it was kind of cathartic and neat. It also made it very evident when your browser was lagging because you would type and you wouldn't hear anything, and then you hear like a bunch of types. But yeah, Brave has been great. Brave has been actually pretty efficient, and also I noticed it instead of Opera, which just continues to pull memory, I think Brave basically starts saying like, "Hey, kill some tabs." And I'm like, oh right, I should do that. I'm like, all right. I'm so baffled. I'm also buffering badly fluff watching it back, unsure why internet is fine. Oh weird, so maybe it's, yeah, on my end it says I'm fine. No, 0 drop frames, it's green. Well, what the heck? Also, Kat, what do you call it? By the way, I was a piece of shit this week. I got in real late because I was sick and I was airbrushing like fucking drowsy and whatnot on meds, painting legs like a freak. Anyways, and then I got in and it was like 5 something, and I was like, at least I did a decent okay job. Could have went a little bit longer. Let's do some more. And then I looked and I seen that it was 5, and then I was just like, what day is it again? Oh fuck, it's Tuesday. And I went and I messaged Kat. I felt so shitty. I'm usually pretty good at shit like that. I blame it on the sickness, but still my responsibility, still my fuck up. But I messaged Kat, like, you still want to do it? And I've been huffing fucking like paint fumes and shit for all day. They shouldn't be toxic, but alas. And yeah, and Kat was like, we'll do it next week. Don't worry about it. And I was like, thank you so much, Kat. I'm so sorry, but yeah, I felt like shit for a while there. I'm like, I could do it. And I could, by the way. I'm pretty good about shit like that, where like, I'll still show up and I'll slap myself in the face and I'll put on the best goddamn performance I have in my heart and soul. But yes, it's a shame because I actually have fuck, me and Kat have so much time about it at this point, with his fucking shoulder being torn apart and his AI escapades and my painting journey. Hot damn. No buffering here, says James. James, what are you currently playing outside of Let It Die? Well, first, 2 questions, James. What are you currently playing? And what game are you looking forward to this year? Because I don't know what to look forward to besides Fable. I fucking can't wait for Fable. And there's one more game. Also, Lone, I keep asking you, have you played Resident Evil yet, you son of a bitch? And are you enjoying it? And I feel like you were like hyped about it, and then I heard nothing from you. As I've said, I tested with other streams, and the buffering only occurs once when I change resolutions. Also, I didn't turn up the thing. I'm so dark in hell. There we go. man. Also, this is a blue shirt, but because you're fucking dark my skin pigment, it's a bit shit. Also, I got a wood burner and almost burned my hand. And then I realized, shit, you know it's also just a far superior wood burner? A fucking soldering iron, man. Anyways, and it's cheaper. Anyways, and it has like a fucking slot that you could put in. Anyways, the wood burner wasn't that expensive. It was like $24. But still, I have a terrifying fear that I'm going to burn down my house. So I always make sure to use it in the morning, unplug it, and 5 hours later I touch it just to make sure I turned it off. But yeah.
McFlufferkin said. So I wound up skipping over the response to my question about the Warframe figure files. They're a free set and would be neat to see them printed by you.
Oh, the figure files? I know it's, well, I think it's rude it'd be fucked up to say to anybody else, but if you tell me this in like a few months, because I already have I have these 2 things I want to do, and then I have the video I want to make of Let It Die, the guy, and then I also just know that like before I actually do any of those things, I want to just get as many reps in as possible so that I can actually because again, right now, guys, I can't stress enough how I am not looking at this to have fun in a weird way. Like at least right now, my goal is to see if I can progress to a sufficient degree where I can understand if I can even do this like at a decent level, the painting thing. So like the way I do that in my head is volume, learn, volume, learn, volume, learn. Basically do a fuck ton of repetitions. Then now that you have all that context of those repetitions, you learn as much as you possibly can, and you do as much as soon as possible. So I love that you guys send me stuff like, oh, you should print this.
But I've been playing Resident
Warframe
Evil
is so weird
and have been enjoy it. What kind of questions are those? I'm almost done. My first playthrough, GRINN, been loving every second.
I'm about to say,
of
but
it.
what do you like about it? What's so special about it? I see that it's split between 2 perspectives. But yeah, like for what do you call it? For like Warframe is like a different unlock, I think. Like right now, I'm trying to do skin pigmentation, faces, and clothing, like basically a figurine. And then I want to level up to doing like Fluff is describing, which is Warframes. And then I would like to level up to something that's like maybe masks. I think masks would be good. Honestly, probably masks would be the easiest thing to start with. But fuck that. I want the progression of that whole ass figure. So yes. And yeah, I think the first 3 days, because I only really had 3 days to like grind this out and like do stuff, was good. I feel like I have enough data where the skin pigmentation, I'm in the game. So like I feel like with a couple more iterations, I can actually do that emulate a professional level of that. The thing I haven't had any experience with is like the facial stuff, like facial hair, like coloring hair, which is basically you have to like put down a coat of wetness.
Catman
11,234
like
said,
line. In a couple bits of time, will we see the half skull mask you made repainted? Eyes.
Ooh, dude, this is all, like, again, I can't stress enough how I am so like, it's funny because like if I could open up my mind for a little bit with you guys, my brain is going in like so many directions, dude. This is the issue, which is like you have to like cut off paths, but like I think about, dude, how fucking awesome it would be to make a mask that is I have the ones that are my iconic ones over there, but I actually would really like to make masks that are like, for instance, the one I think is the coolest mask ever created, which is the Splatterhouse mask. And I actually would love to like have that to wear, like just on stream if I ever wanted to, like, I don't know. I also like, I think it's funny because I think about like VTuber stuff a little bit, and I think that's what I would go with. Like I know it's crazy, but like I don't think I would actually use our shadow guy. I don't know, it's weird, but I think I would go with the Splatterhouse mask, because I think it could just be way more expressive, and it would stand out way more, I guess. And yeah, the Crusader, there's so many things in that world. Like there's the Dark Souls helmet. There's so many things where I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome. I would totally do this. But the issue right now is like, I know you can't have everything.
Well, the horror
like at least all
segments
at
are
once.
great. They nailed the atmosphere, although they still relay on cheap-ass jump scare.
Ooh.
Then, for the action segments, you feel like the final boss to the zombies.
For the action sequence, you still feel like
McFlufferkin said the proto-frame models are of the human versions of Warframes.
Oh.
So it'd cover those aspects.
Okay, that changes things slightly.
Catman11234 said Splatterhouse mask also gives a face to the voice in your head. Haha.
Yeah.
That's where the voice is coming from, kind of thing.
That's a really good way to put it. Yeah. That's really funny. Yeah. But yeah, dude, there's so many masks. Like, honestly, like if I was to just do that stuff for me, I would totally just fucking make a bunch of masks. But right now, I'm kind of thinking like, what is the thing that I could do? Like, cause again, a mask is cool. I think that's neat for people. But I think like taking your most iconic character that you would love from a video game, and put them in a pose that is like unarguably sick as hell. Or like take a VTuber character that you like, or like even your VTuber model, and like find a way to put it into a thing. Like these are all things that I think would be so much more meaningful to people, and I think would like also just make for some kind of better content. But not that the masks wouldn't, just that. But yeah, so like again, I'm trying to like. My brain is going off just like your guys, like just like you guys, which is like, you should try this, you should pay this, you should do this, which is awesome. Like my fear is that I'm finally like, okay guys, I did the thing that I said, which is like, you can't have it all, so you have to pick one, or you can't have everything all at once. So you have to pick one thing at a time and then go on to that. My fear is that I get to like 2 months from now when I've hopefully burned through the painting and the figurine stuff, to where I could be like, all right, hit me. And now everyone's like, nah, I don't want to anymore. Like, oh no. So that's the thing that makes me a bit worried a little bit, but yeah. Alone, I need whatever Leon's been eating. Dude is like 20 pounds of muscle. I haven't seen him actually, and like him pop. I just noticed. I wish he had like a bigger bearded facial hair situation going on. I feel like they made him quite stubbly.
Catman,
you know?
11,234 said, "I've got a list of stuff and some IDM."
Yes, yeah, what do you call it? That's the other thing that'd be cool, like to me. But that's like, maybe it's fucked up, dude. But because I just know how long things take, and I know like I'm prepping for this journey not to be a journey of like a month, but like 6 months to this entire year. A part of me thinks like that would be a really fun. Like there's so many paths that we could go as soon as I actually get into the game. I don't think we've started the game yet. I'm seeing if I can play the game right now, or like I'm seeing if I can do skin pigmentation. I'm seeing if I can paint the skin, or paint the clothes. I need to like get all those checkpoints to see like, okay, is this even like something that I can emulate, or am I starting so fucking far behind that it's like you gotta pick something else, which is fair. But thus far it's been really shocking. Like in 3 days I was able to be like, okay, no, I can understand skin pigmentation. Jesus Christ. I'm not like super sharp yet, but like this is a game I can win basically. But like to me, I think it'd be so fucking cool to like have an arc where we play like we do an homage. That's my like hope, is we do an homage to like the channel. Like, hey, we played Let It Die, maybe we played Battleborn. We what do you call it? What's it? We've done some like anime games like Genshin or Z's or Withering Waves. We could make a statue of those things. Also, like there's things that to me like I would love to do this for me, which is like I would love to, I think that's actually something that people could resonate with, which is the Realist Estate developer, which is, I can't think of it, I don't know if that's the right way to phrase it, but the real something developer, I can't think of it. It's like one of the best manga ever, Lloyd Frontier. But anyways, like doing manhwa, I think would be a super fucking cool thing, or manga. Like if I could, like, 'cause that's something different, or like video games are already kind of 3D.
Said Leon is the GOAT dude, 50 years old, still moving like someone half his age, or even better, like dude out here parrying rocket launcher shots with a fuck hatchet.
That sounds fucking metal as hell.
Catman 11,234 said, "Look up Archeon the Everchosen. That's probably my first hundreds of dollars request."
Oh my god, is this gonna kick my ass? Let's see. I'm not sure I spelled that right. No, I didn't. Oh yeah, your guy, dude. You guys have no idea the thoughts in my head that I'm trying to keep under wraps because I don't want to have any commitments. Okay. But yes, I have thought about a lot of things, but I don't want to commit to anything because I already am like, guys, I've already burned like $200 buying supplies. But what do you call it? This is what Kat's brought up. This is Kat's Warframe was telling me about. This is his favorite character. It's basically like a Sauron, but on fucking roids, and actually won in the end. But yes, very, very cool character. Very, very dope. All that stuff.
Lone Syndicate said, Emma, send some reels of Leon to the React tap. Hold on a moment.
I forgot, we need to do some React. Right.
McFlufferkin said, I'll relink it and also put it in the Warframe channel for anyone else that may be interested.
Hell yeah, the things, yeah. I'd be great
Catman
to
11,234 said just him on a mound of skulls, flaming sword, black armor. I'd love a bit of it.
So that's tough. So this is the thing that I don't know. A part of me would love, I think the way to that's fucked up. But the way to actually to do this normally is to just be like, hey, I want to make the thing for you. Tell me what you like, and then people throw a bunch of shit at you. And you're like, I'll pick some of the stuff. But the thing I think is so much cooler, in my opinion, is to be like, I think I know what you like about this character enough to know what to do with it, I guess. I think this is like a sentiment for like, I was trying to think of like, what is my kind of quote unquote edge in this whole weird thing. And a part of me thinks, like, I've had two loves in my life: telling stories and like learning about stories and everything story related, and then people. I adore understanding people. It's like one of my things I deeply enjoy. I couldn't stress enough how like all my life I've tried to like read psychology books and like all that. Just I don't even care about. It's not about manipulation in any way. It's actually the opposite. It's about like understanding how your mind works, what you like, and being genuinely curious about all those things. So I was thinking, what could be my like pseudo slight whatever competitive edge, and I think that could be it. Where like I'm like, I think I know how to make a cooler version of that guy than what you just described. But the issue is, because again, I talked to you about how like right now I have a vision of him in my head that I think would be significantly more sick.
11,234 said, I'd love to see a GRINN interpretation of Archeon. Plus, you could start your own style once you get a grip on changes you like.
What?
Then he'd be uniquely GRINN Archeon, even cooler.
Well, see that's the thing, man. That's the thing that's really cool about like AI art generation is you basically can keep guiding it and tweaking it in various different ways. So like the idea of like what I want in my head is constantly being able to actually be realized. So actually, to your point, Kat, that's something that helps with like learning AI generation is knowing how to like basically tell an AI, hey, I have no fucking artistic skill whatsoever. Can you create the image I have in my head into reality? It's like, gotcha. You just have to guide me in the right way, and I'm like, got it, and then I can do that, you know. So that's kind of neat. But yes, James says my mushroom lady comment hit. Oh, what happened? What happened? I'll scroll up and see if I can find your comment. But sometimes YouTube will flag stuff because it's a prude. Was looking forward to Inferno, but then let me. Yeah, man, I feel like that was a lot of people. I feel like if you did, I feel like a lot of people who didn't like Deathverse wouldn't love Inferno. You went live. Yeah, I didn't see the damn comment, James. I commented again. Lol. Heard. Oh. Okay. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I'm not sure. Like, would a schmexy version? The other thing I'm really excited for. Again, I try to hold back because like at this point I would hate to tell you guys so much stuff and be like, guys, turns out the faces of painting these fucking statue things, motherfucker, entirely impossible. I quit. I probably would never say that. I'd probably just be like, all right, I'll have to chip away at this over the course of a year to kind of get to the proficiency level I need to be before I can even think about actually doing this for a thing. But regardless, again, in the dreamer mindset, it would be really cool. I think it would make for such good shorts. But like to poll people to be like, hey guys, by the way, just wanted to upload this short. You should head over to in these comments or over at our polling thing, which I've never used this feature in YouTube, the community section. Polling thing. What do you guys want me to draw? Do you guys want me to do a cool Warframe? Do you guys want me to do like a schmexy lady? Do you guys want me to do like a cool armored knight? And I just have this sneaking suspicion it would almost always be the schmexy lady. And to me, I think it would be just so funny. I have this short in my head planned out. If it ever happens, things probably won't fall into place like this because you never know what kind of audience you're going to get. But the idea of being like, hey guys, we could do like a cool lady who's like in a bikini or something like that, or like, you know, the mushroom lady, or like, you know, whatever, some sort of Warframe that's kind of cool. But I've really been interested in this like armored knight that just came out, this anime that I'm watching, and then hard cut to me just being like, it was the smexy lady. Okay. and then again, like hypercut to the next thing. Hey guys, another fucking poll. What do you want? And then immediately cut again, and it's the statue doing like every single time you're just a little more withered and a little bit more like disgruntled. And then finally they're like big buff armor guy go burr, and then I'm fucking set free, and I'm like, yeah. But yes, anyways, I have shit like that playing out in my head of like, that would be a really fun thing for us to do with like polling. That way everyone can kind of like curate, and also it kind of gives you a good sense of like training what people actually want.
Catman 11,234 said, what excites me the most about commissions is the attention to detail. When I commission things, I usually have a portfolio of materials for reference. Cutscenes, voice lines, art models, concepts.
That's interesting because like there's two paths, Kat, and I think the path I'll probably hope to start on is
Lone Syndicate said, all right, send.
All right, what did you send? Oh, Reels. Okay, yeah, we'll move over to react.
Small update about my week.
Hit me.
Revisited 2 of the Next Fest demos that I enjoyed a lot. Started up the Space Marine 2 campaign with my brother and bestie.
We could have
sent
opened
out
that
my
up.
first YT poll, likely weekly.
Ooh, nice. Oh, you did the poll thing too? That's awesome. I was gonna say you uploaded some like shorts or like YouTube videos of the games you're playing. I was looking for something to play in the background. We could have had that. Shit. Shit. Well, that's my bad. We're gonna transition to the React stuff, so I can't quite do that, but maybe next time. What was it? So there's 2 paths I kind of see in my head, and one of them is the path of what we described, which is like commissions. Basically, like, hey, give me a list of stuff, and then every artist is like, okay. Hey, could he have like this cool chainmail and like this mace and it's wrapped around his neck and you're just like, yeah, okay. Which I think all of that stuff is fine if you just have the balls to say, I can absolutely do that. It's gonna cost another $500 because it's just gonna be shit where like, oh my god. But anyways. But then, so that's path 1, which is like heavily commission based, right? And then the other aspect, which I think is equally as important, which is like, can you create something that's just cool enough generally, which is much harder to probably do, where most people would be like, fuck, okay, I want that. You know what I mean? I feel like that's something I feel like would be a long-term play, so maybe do both. But also I wonder, again, that's why I also want to just touch base. Like I want to like practice a bunch, and then I want to be like, okay, here's a statue, 0 to 100. We're gonna go from nothing to this. How long does this take? And knowing that I could probably like cut down that by like 30% at the end of it. So I'm like, okay, realistically, I could do like this many a day, and then kind of go through the whole paces with that. But last, also James says, do you still love cannonballs? Do I love cannonballs? I'm on my slam ball journey, but I don't use it like a slam ball at all. I have never stopped exercising the entire time you've seen me on YouTube. I've always done a minimum of 3 exercises a week where I go pretty hard. But slam ball, I basically use it as just like general structural building. I don't like slam it into the ground at all. I just use it as like a giant stone and like a sandbag, probably more like
still
that.
Don't.
It's still doing the stutter thing. Goddamn, Fluff. But as far as the exercise thing, the one thing, dude, I want to get back into, or I want to get like mainly into, is mace. What about you, James? What are you getting after, man? What do you call it? Kettlebells is great. I always do kettlebell and slam ball. Like I had 1 week of kettlebell, one week of slam ball, which is a great way not to progress in any of them. But anyways, the one thing I would like to actually focus in on is mace, because I feel like I'm starting to get to that point where like it wouldn't be bad for me to do a good 5 years of mace, because mace is just extremely good for like your whole mobility, your like structure, your all that stuff. Right now, I've kind of put on a good bit of mass, to where like it's starting to kind of be. I have no ambition to be a bodybuilder, fucky big. I want to get like healthy kind of structure. I'm kind of getting to that point where, I don't know what the best way to phrase is, but it just doesn't feel like this is where like my body should naturally be. Like I feel like if I stopped eating as much and I stopped taking so much protein and I stopped doing the exercise I do, I'd shrivel up to like what my body's natural equilibrium is. Because it's really hard for me to keep on like weight. So yeah, So, but yes, that's great. Yeah, what do you call it, James? What do you got? Everything? Do you got anything that you're like using exercise wise? Because like I'm always interested in weird, obscure exercise things. Calisthenics I got into for a little bit, dude. I found this. We need to transition to React. I'm so sorry, but I found this exercise for abs to kick the fucking shit out of me, man. It's called like a boat, basically, but it's just like that. So you basically lay on your back. You push your chest, like you do a classic crunch where you pick off your shoulder blades off of the ground and you clench your abs and you like roll your hips this way. So you're like everything's like this essentially. But then you take your arms and you do this behind your head in like a diamond, like that. And then you lift your legs. So basically your legs are lifted, and your head slightly off the ground, and your arms like that, and you just hold for 20 seconds. And I was just like, I got this shit in the bag. 20 seconds. It sucks ass. 20 seconds, like, oh shit. I have a pretty gnarly core because of kettlebell and all this other shit. But that's a different level of like weird offset stabilization. But yes. Anyways, let's start moving on to React, buddy. Let's jump over and look at what you guys wanted me to see this week. Memes, all that. React tab. All right, we'll start with this one because it's the thing. Ooh, Oh, you're doing calisthenics. Calisthenics are fucking fantastic, man. But I just don't know many people who stick with calisthenics for long periods of time because it's agony usually. I'm 44, so just trying to not to get stuck. Oh, that, yeah, when you're 44, that's a great thing to do. I mean, I would highly suggest mace, James. You got fucking mace. Try mace, James. Mace, man. Try mace. It's a ball and a stick. The reason why is because, like, for me, I think there's nothing better for, like, your health, because it's all about, like, opening up your rotator cuff. It's basically emulating every single pattern of evolution that we have for, like, anything. It's awesome. It's like a really, like, everything from, like, casting patterns with, like, swords or axes or machetes or anything is all the reason why our hands and arms and everything are like that. So a mace emulates almost all of those movements, and is just great. Like, and like, it's so healthy for your joints because they're rotating in the right amount. And you do it for like a long enough time so you get like warmth or like heat in your muscles, but not like violent ache. Maybe in your hands at the start because you have to hang on. Are you saying, yeah, mace, like a giant mace? It's like a stick, like a giant pole with a giant metal ball on the end of it. It's called, just type in workout mace. Not like macing you in the face with like a spray. Like I'm talking like a medieval mace looking thing, except it's not a medieval mace. It has the same form, I guess. But yeah, if you look up any sort of like mace workouts and stuff like that, it's fantastic. And it's one of the things that, like, it's probably the only thing. Maybe I'll also work in kettlebells. It's probably the only thing that I'll probably do when I'm like 55 plus, probably, because I think at that point you're like kind of fully destroyed your fountain of youth, and you've you're full, like, you're at this point you're just trying to like keep your mobility and twitch fibers, which is what that will do perfectly. Broke my right collarbone twice. I don't know. I've seen that. What do you call it? Yeah. I think it's a really good way to rebuild your structure in a lot of ways. Just start with really low weight is the other thing I would suggest. Like a 5 pound, 10 pound. You would be surprised how heavy it is. Like, do not go with a 25 pound mace because it's such an off lever that it's like 20 times or 50 times more heavy than you think it is. But anyways, yeah. Do what you do. Calisthenics work for you. Calisthenics is great. But I also think that mace is just very stimulating for the brain. It's like you gotta go through these movement patterns, and it's kind of satisfying in that way. Where sometimes just like doing a push-up or doing an archer push-up or all these variations eventually get to be like, it's a kind of a push-up. it's just another version of that. But you also do have some badass like tricks you can pop out and like really cool, you know. So I get it. Yeah, if you can ever do like a fucking what is that thing where like you basically, it's like a push-up but like with no hands, like the no gravity push-up, so fucking cool. Anyways, folded faster than a piece of paper. What is this? This is the thumbnail.
Minecraft spider.
Oh, did we already watch this? Maybe we did.
Minecraft spider. I named her Lotus. More like Stupidus. He won't let you hit, bro. Minecraft.
What? People are, guys, also, it has sharp hands and all that stuff, and also the face. How do you know you wouldn't look at this thing? This is a question for both of you. How do you know you would look at this thing and projectile vomit everywhere, okay? You think that the hips are enough. It's furry, maybe, I don't know. Also, maybe it's like a fucking jagged mess up in there. You know, you don't know what's gonna happen. The idea looks great. You pop in, dick shredded into pieces. Horrible pain. Anyways, what's this, Zeus? Dude, that goes hard. Jesus. Oh my. That's awesome, dude. Dude, there's so many of these games, I just wonder how they can keep, like, adding shit. But I keep seeing clips of them, and I wonder if it's just that they keep adding stuff, or it's just that people keep making money. They're just like, I'm gonna fucking cash in. Because, damn, man. Gaitama is the anime. I already watched this, right. We're still not, we need to wait till the 25th to start taking risks again with copyright stuff, because yes, I've not got my claim off yet, and I need to get that done first. Excalibur, Fate Stay Night. Can we just watch it? We may not be able to listen to it. Did we already watch this?
Time.
Oh, okay.
Also, that's Richard the Lionheart. And Fate without sound is like video games without a monitor on man.
A little bit. I will just do a little bit. The anime, the dubbing, it fucks it up for me. Not the dubbing, the Japanese. He said it in a funny way to me. I don't know, yeah. But very cool, nevertheless. Let's do the eyes. I keep forgetting.
said, "Oh, a friend of mine gifted me Dead Space 3 and we started playing it off stream. I did record our first session and we'll probably upload it soon."
I was gonna say Dead Space. I hear is a great co-op game. Are we at old? No, I think we're at new. We're at new. I don't think we watched. We did watch this one. I don't know if we're like so far because Lone wanted us to check out. No, we're current. This is Lone's giant fucking. Oh, I'm gonna throw up in my mouth. Sorry. I always say that. It's not actually throw up. I just got like a bubble coming up, and it feels like I'm gonna puke, but it's not. Don't read. Oh, also, I tell you guys, I had a Swedish pancake. This is a side thing. I've been wanting to have this for such a long time. I've seen PewDiePie make it so long ago, and I was like, that looks fucking like what I want in a pancake, which is I hate the floofiness of a pancake, but I like the edge that's doughy and chewy. So I made a Swedish pancake, which sounds like some sort of fucked up thing. Anyways, but it's not very sweet. It's basically equal parts flour and milk with salt and 2 eggs, which, by the way, fucking great way to get protein in, man. Great way to get protein in. But yeah, man, I kind of wasn't, I don't know if like how to sweeten it up. Do I just shove a bunch of sugar in there or what? Because I had it. It tasted like the texture was awesome. It was exactly like what I wanted out of a pancake. The edges, it's chewy a little bit. But yeah, it lacked the other thing. Anyways, I just thought I'd talk about it. You guys usually are much more foodie people than me. Oh, also, I have a soup that I was going to show Kat. This is, yeah, fuck it, I'll do that right now. Sorry, real quick. This is a soup that I don't know if Kat has ever seen, but it's a classic Portuguese soup. And we hadn't had it in a while, and it was so good with Portuguese bread, which is just really fucking dense bread, by the way. Big crusted bread. Where the hell should I upload this to? Share your GRINN tab, maybe? 1 second.
McFluffkin says, saying words in funny ways all the time.
How dare you? All right. I hope there's nothing in this image that is... Okay, so I have to explain some stuff about the images. So, yes, my mat's dusty. Second, the syringes are for paint mixing. I'm not like copious of heroin or whatever this could mean. But yes. I've uploaded this to the Share GRINN tab. Kat, what do you think of this soup? The green stuff is a beans, green beans. Soup, Kat. Check out my soup. Is it there in the Share GRINN tab? Did it upload? This one. This is my soup. Once again, yes, my is disgustingly dusty. I don't use it anymore. I use this thing, which you can't see because it's offset. Anyways, this is also these are just the failed attempts for my prints because it's a whole thing. Anyways, the syringes, which are right here, are for mixing paint at the exact ratio. And that's a little timer for thing. Anyways, the soup. I have to explain myself. The soup. What do you call it? It's a Portuguese soup. It's fucking great. Baby food. It is not baby food, okay? It's Portuguese soup, but it is blended. But I also do not know what is in it. So, just one of those things I want to share with Kat, because Kat is a freak when it comes to soup. It'll start here, just to make sure we spread everyone around. Oh, I didn't sign into my fucking thing. It was like, log in. Does it remember? Yes, I am not a robot. Dude, oh my god, I want to... Guys, I don't know if I should tell you this, but I... save your login... Yes. What do you call it? Dude, I feel so stupid, but I also think it's insane. Basically, because I'm on a new browser, I have to log in to my fucking Temu because I was ordering a bunch of these paintballs. Anyways, but... let's go over here. But
McFlufferkin said, pretty sure we'd know if you were shooting up heroin.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just that. Maybe that's why. Oh, so what time is it? Oh, it's 4. I gotta finish my coffee. You're about to see what happens if I were. Oh, is heroin an upper? I don't know. I feel like it's a fucking delusional state, right? Anyways, very thick. It is a thicker soup. It is, but that's why it's so fucking good for bread, man. Oh my god, for bread. I fucking love bread so much. If it didn't hurt me so much, I would love it even more. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? It was something about, Dude, I've never felt so like pissed off in my life. I had to get into my Temu account, so they fucking did the whole like, are you a robot test? It was the hardest fucking test ever, man. I also was sick, I think, and I also was morning, so I was just fucking groggy. And I kept sitting there, and I was just like, what the fuck? What does it want? What is it asking? And it was, I wish I could show it to you guys, because it is so fucked up. I was there for probably 15 minutes, and it timed out. I had to do it again. I've never had this happen ever. What happened to like fill up the fucking tiles? Now it was like a question of like, there was 2 images, and it had one of those things where you press and it like puts a little pin wherever you press. It was not like a square, it's like a pin. And it was a weird question of like, it was like being so fucking like silent about what it was asking. It was basically like, hey, there's what is it called? There's a number on this side of the screen. Pick the level of color that it is in the other screen. And it was just like this weird thing. Maybe it was because I was super tired or like morning. But I was, you know what's so fucked up? The only way I was able to do it is screenshot it, throw it to Gemini. And be like, what the fuck does it want from me? And it banged out the answer immediately. And I was like, this is clearly not working, man. It's also insane that that's the way I figured it out. Anyways, but maybe not every AI is powered by Gemini. I don't know. Anyways, memes. This is what Lone wanted us to see, but Lone did say, Lone has not added a pretext to these. How could you? Let's see what it says.
They gave this motherfucker powers? He went Super Saiyan!
Ooh, the lighting effects are great.
Is that a bazooka? What the fuck?
That's kind of crazy.
I'm done.
That is a bit much. Oh man, I so much funny is ruined by like, what if I reacted like I was shot 7 times in the chest and was bleeding out, and you're like, can we just have a, yeah, it's crazy, but hey, parry this, Leon. Oh, Leon walks him down. Candy? I've learned bro can parry anything, even bullets. I was gonna say, if you parry a bullet, you probably can parry a missile way easier. But I was gonna say, I'm surprised there's not a the meme that's like, parry this, you filthy casual. Also, what is this? That's a really cool GIF. Is it? I don't know what that is, but anyways, cool. Also, I like the new update to the thing. It made it all dark mode. Cool. All right. See, this is what I wanted to ask Lone about, because Lone's a big fan of Resident Evil. I want to see. I haven't seen anything of it because I haven't been online, basically, because I've been painting things. So I wanted Lone to inject me with some, what the hell is this game about? How is he feeling about it? And Lone basically came at me and said, it's good, I like it, parrying missiles. And I said, it's like asking your son, hey, how was school? And they're like, good. And you're like, great. Awesome. Very cool, actually. Anyways. It's sad that it doesn't go back at him, you know? Also, does it actually line up? Also, where does the missile come from? Oh, he's holding him. He does connect with him. That's impressive. So that's fucked up. Absolute motivational. Parry it. Comments are always 10 times better than the actual post. I fervently believe that. All right, let's mark these. Let's jump around a little bit. Let's get hit with some cute, wholesome VTuber things. Didn't realize there was a potential JP debuff with verbal spells. What the fuck is this?
This tree has 3 wands. Oh, I got it! Fireball! Nothing happened.
She didn't say Dio. She needs to put a Dio on there and then bang!
Oh, if you right click, you can see what the spells are. They are up dog. Whoa.
I've seen people play this game. I've never seen people who I watch play this game, which is shitty because it looks great.
And he's gonna have so many problems. Oh no! Up dog. Up dog. Yay! Let's go! And then the other one is...
It's weird that some words she just crushes. In other words, it's a battle, you know?
Arrow? Nice! And then the last one is Tempest.
McFlufferkin said up a doggo.
Up a
Tempesto! 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 Oh crap, my GPT bump. Tempesto! You got
Stop saying oh at the end of it.
this, man. You got this. You got this.
My favorite thing when they finally hit and you know it's because they're like, how do I say this in a stupid way? Tempest. Like they enunciate and shit.
Let's go!
That was enjoyable. That was very cute. Henny adding an extra, albeit magical, non-delicious O at the end of every word surprisingly did not make her a zero, but rather a hero worthy of wizard powers. That's it. Unaccent your magic, girl. Is that an accent? I don't know if I would say that was an accent so much as that's like somebody saying like, oh, yeah, maybe it's an accent. I'm not sure. Oh, very fun. VTubers, cute, all that. All right. Well, let's see. What do I want to do? Which one to use? Let's check out this one. General Tao was the one of the first characters I saw as a kid that had true aura. Oh shit. Okay. What the fuck is that in that shoe? Him putting it on is crazy. That's crazy. Would it not have a hole in it? Also, man. Dude, Dragon Ball is crazy. Dragon Ball is had some very, I don't even know what to say about it, man. But some characters you look back on, you're like, yikes, yikes. But at the same time, I mean, man, I don't know if they meant anything by it. I don't know.
Let's see, 1,400 miles. I should be back in about 30 minutes.
You pole vault? Why wouldn't he just jump? Why would he? He's like, nah, this shit's gonna go so hard, you have no idea. Oh, that was good, man. That shows you why, what do you call it? Dragon Ball's so much fun, you know? What a good time. What was I gonna say, oh man. Damn it. String beans and thick water, but it's soft. The beans are boiled, so it just melts. He has not.
McFlufferkin said original Dragon Ball was something special.
Lately. Let me see. Did you try Where Winds? I haven't. James. I have the whole thing for me, but basically, I'm trying to get my life decently in order, basically. So I have focused in on things. So basically, I used to have like a lot of time where I would shoot the shit and like play games and like do stuff like that, have a life, all that stuff. And now I've cut it down to basically 2 hours. So honestly, it's more like an hour because I usually I have a shower, I eat, and then it's like 9, and I'm like, okay, I got an hour. So then I basically will like do my little gacha game grind, which is the games I kind of keep up with. And yeah, but it's been Warframe kind of a little bit recently. But yeah, basically every point of my time is focused on those other things, which sometimes, weirdly enough, the thing that has a little bit of an opening is YouTube Shorts, because it's like I can spend 5 seconds just like, well, something is rendering or something. So that kind of works. I was gonna do something. I was gonna show you guys. Oh, is it the memes? I don't know. Also, what is this? I don't know if we can watch this, but maybe. Ooh, it's Twitter. Is she out? Oh shit! What time is it? Ah, fuck. Alright, guys, let's look at 2 memes, and then we gotta jump over to Z's, just so I'm not a liar, and we'll play that character, the new one, for 2 seconds. Sorry, wait, we can't check that meme. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? That meme tab, it's at the top, I always forget. Boom. Here we go! You are not immune to hot night lights. Oh boy! Dude. I can't say anything. But, hi, anyway.
McFlufferkin said Aria is out now, yes. Pink Robo VTuber. Twin Flails is next.
Alone was saying that Twin Flails might be a Bloom character. I don't know if that applies to what I have, but yes. Yes. What's it called? Crippling Depression for only $1. I'm about to say, I forgot Cat has prestiged like 1,000 times in this game. Cat has like I think 2,000 hours, some crazy shit in this game. I can't believe they're still like uploading it, or like they're still playing it. Dude, I follow a content creator I used to who is like grinding it, and he did it every day, and it was just one of those things where like, I guess people just lock into a game and they're like, this is my forever game. You're like, okay. I guess there's no limit to like how, like there's so many characters in that game and so many of them you can like fucking do great things with. So yeah, make sure not to forget your meds, antidepressants. What is it? What is this
Lone
called?
Syndicate said no
Is it,
Grin.
just foxes? It's just
I
cute
was
foxes.
just showing the unique animation for Mace Girl and the other angels, and it's them just face slamming into pavement.
Oh, is that what it is? Just bashing their heads into the ground? Maybe that's a nod at, what is it called? The bullshit. Oh, this is definitely a cute factor. Gotcha. Yeah. Cat loves himself some foxes. I just had the thing that I was going to show you guys. No, it popped into my head for 2 seconds and then fucking left again. Damn it. Damn it. Anyways. It must have been a lie. That's what my parents used to always say. Like, we're just chronically lying all the time. Anyways, all right, let's jump into these. By the way, just a little update on Withering. I have thrown pebbles at the cool doctor guy, and it has yielded me nothing. But I have played him, and ever since Raid said, man, he's so fun to play, and I played him, and I seen his animations, I thought, fuck. And I kind of wish we got him. But anyways, hey, you want it all, and you get nothing. Okay? Anyways, we're loading up Z's. Oh, I gotta finish my coffee. So yes, tomorrow, the plan is to play Warframe. Warframe. We'll see how it goes. If I have time, which I might. Actually, no, I don't. I have to go to. We have to end sharp at 5:30 maximum, because it's my grandma's birthday, and we have to go hang out with my grandma because she is turning old. So yeah. Also, dude, I don't even. This is kind of a downer. I probably shouldn't bring it up, but I'll throw it out there real quick just so you guys know. Boy, I told you guys about our dog Bella, who has gotten progressively just more holy fucking shit old. And I like made the joke that she's like that fucking like that stupid South Park meme where she's just like, I don't hear no bell, because she's gotten like her lady parts ripped out over the years. She's gotten like so many things wrong with her, but she's just still like, not today, bitch. It's gotten pretty bad these last couple months. It's I've never seen a dog closer to death in my life. So if I'm usually pretty good about like being okay, but just on the off chance, I'm like, I would like a day. If I don't know when it's gonna land. It's probably not gonna land on a weekday, so we're almost in the clear. But yes, it's pretty. I can't describe how it just. I've never seen a dog. We've had so many dogs over the years, and it's always usually a surprise or a shock, or they have a stroke or whatever it is. Their bowels go or something like that. But this one, it's pretty. It's like watching a corpse, basically. It's honestly, like, we're all hoping that it's like it goes in our sleep type situation, but it's damn dog is relentless, just refuses. She's like, not today, even though she looks miserable. And it sucks because like you see them progress, and you see also, if I see a little candid here, I'm trying also not to get emotional, but you basically see them how do I put it, you see that pain, consistent chronic pain, withers you down. Like even though she is such a I'm still in the fight, I still want to do things, all that stuff. She's just a really peppy dog. Over the months, it's just gotten like she's more silent. She's more. It's just like eventually pain will wear through you, I think. So we're at that point. We're seeing her kind of finally be like, all right, I'm not here anymore. You know what I mean, kind of thing. So but yeah, but and also, like, we've had so many dogs, and I've always get absolutely eviscerated every time they have to, we have to say goodbye, all that stuff. But this is one of the few times where, like, I feel weird about it, because it is such a, like, it's indescribable how bad she looks and like all that stuff, right? Anyways, sorry for the downer. But yeah, that's been something I've been dealing with. We've all been dealing with this last couple weeks. So if there is ever not a stream, should be. If the only thing that might happen is there might not be a stream Thursday or Friday because you can't get to the vet unless that happens because they're not open on the weekends. But yeah, just to let you guys know, yeah, I'm okay. I'm not falling apart. Yeah. What bad timing for a fucking bot to come in? Disgusting coffee. All right.
McFlufferkin said not to bring the mood down much further, but I lost my grandmother back on Valentine's Day of all days. I posted about it once I had confirmation of her passing, but I've tried to keep it positive.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Fluff. I didn't see it. I got so much in my own little world, man. I'm so sorry. That's so terrible. I can't even. Like, I don't even. Like my grandparents specifically have been such a. Oh man, that's one of the things that like yeah, I don't even know. Again, one of the things that always brings me some sort of modicum of peace with death is that you try to live for the people that died, basically. So like my like I always talk to you guys about like this kind of weird morbid thing with death, but it's like this sobering fucked up thought I've had for a long time. I remember telling you guys about it like years ago, but it's the idea that like every one of us will basically we'll like lose our parents one day, and that's going to be such a like painful thing if you had a decent childhood. If you had like if your parents did a good job, it's going to absolutely crush you, and everyone is connected by that like sheer pain and volume of pain that we're all like destined to experience.
McFlufferkin said it happened just before our latest Talko Tuesday, and thankfully I could focus on our Warframe talk instead of dwelling on it.
Oh fuck. Well, I'm so sorry, Fluff. You seem still like the same wonderful soul, so I didn't notice it at all, buddy. But I also, some people don't like talking about stuff, and I honestly, yeah. Also always wonder what the best thing is for people. Some people deal with things differently, right? So I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, I was everyone's connected by this fact that we'll all like lose our parents, basically. And if you had good parents, then this will be like something that will absolutely cripple you, probably. But to me, it always like, and this is something I kind of feel like with my whether we've lost dogs or anything like that in the past, which I know some people don't care about that, but for me, it's like I can't describe how much I love my animals, like to the point where like, yeah, it sounds horrible to say, but like I love my animals more than most of the friends I've had that I haven't seen in years. Love my animals because they depend on you, they need you, they're like your world. So I think it's a different thing for that. But anyways, but what I was gonna say is, to me, the thing that's like give me some sort of solace is that like when your parents eventually do pass away, I think the biggest honor, the most beautiful thing you could do for them is to actually take all of the best parts of your dad, your mom, and this is the other thing. This is the other thing I've learned like basically, why stop at your parents? Why not stop at your friends? Why also, here's the thing, why wait until they die to like remember them and to like give them reverence? Like that's the thing that is creates like
one of my viewers noticed I sounded down during a stream the day or two following. It was definitely subconscious as I wasn't aware of it.
That's a beautiful viewer there who can pick up on those subtle undertones. Some people are wired to like for being emotional resonators in some way, but that's beautiful that they notice. But what I was gonna say is that idea, like to me, that brings me a lot of like. It makes things clear. Where like, okay, if this person, like again, losing your dog or losing your family member or anything like that, to me, if I could just take the best parts of them, how much they loved, how much they were kind, how much they were considerate, and all of these things, how much they were there for me, and I can then take those and say, okay, well, like, cause I hate to be this guy, guys, but I really dislike when people say like thoughts and prayers and stuff like that. I don't dislike it too much. That's not good enough for me. Like to me, the best thing that I could do in this context is like, okay, if somebody did die, and instead of feeling all that pain, instead of feeling all that sorrow, I'll take every good part that you were, and I'll try to embody that as much as possible. And I'll take all the bad stuff, because everyone's flawed, and I'll take all that bad stuff and I'll throw it away, and I'll have that piece of you shape who I am, basically. And I think that there's like, that's like, it makes people immortal in a lot of ways. Like I think that like as a parent, I think that's the thing that you'd hope the most for, is you'd hope that your kids are better than or like took the best parts of you and took all the bad parts, threw them away. So I think that you could do that for a friend, you could do that for animals. That like, again, the one thing that will make me cry almost on the dot, so I won't even go there, but I have my dog. Nope, I can't do it. I thought I was gonna be able to touch, I can't. My dog Broody. But you be the best you can, and I think that's a more pretty world where like you take all the love you have for something and let it shape you in a positive direction. So I think that's the only way that I can ever endure my parents passing, and as well as my grandparents passing, which is to say, what were the best parts of you? And instead of crying that you're gone, I will instead take the burden or the worthy goal of taking all the good parts about you and taking those forward. That's the only way that I think I can like stop myself from sticking in the past and dwelling on the misery, and instead of saying no, now I just get to reminisce about all the good parts and take those and chisel them into who I am, so that you always kind of have that, and that they're always kind of alive in that way. But yeah, also James says, I remember when my 13-year-old Pitbull died when I was at a party, and the DJ asked me why I was crying. Then he pulled the microphone to my face, and I answered, my dog died, and this mofo mixed it into a song on the spot. I would kill him. I would go into a berserk rage. But maybe he meant goodwill. I don't know. But like that would make me furious. I don't know. I don't get mad at a lot of things, but like, I don't know. Yeah. Death is such a thing that makes me feel a special kind of hell, you know, as for everyone. I'm not special in that case, but some people handle death as like they feel like depression. I feel like for whatever reason, a little bit of rage, which is not the best. Also, boo, I have to do the Shido defense thing. Oh. Anyways, let us not be a liar. Let's open up the event tab. Let's jump over to our weird anime gotcha lady. Is this it? Are you her? Yes, start demo. All right, what's this weird robot K-pop idol lady? She's bright as hell. I like her little fists, her little like punchy gauntlets. We don't need to see it. We're just gonna like mess around. All right. What does she look like? So far, she actually is way cuter than the other ones, I find. Also, I like the kind of brightness she got going on. She's quite neon, but that's probably just because she has her iconic weapons. And her attacks. Weird. Very cartoony. Look at the little fan. She got one fan. She summons ghosts that are popping off with light sticks.
McFlufferkin said, I may dabble with ZZZ modding again if I can make it so she's in her robot form most of the time.
Ooh. I do feel like Fluff would be... Oh, okay, so you spend your light sticks by doing that, by whole charge. Very cute. And I imagine if we do this, that's her special skill. She generates more. Does she get one just for going her attack combination? She does. You do more. So now what about full charge? Okay. What did you want? Hold. After her fourth attack, 1, 2, 3.
Let's hit the stage like this.
I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what she did differently, but hey, we got a bunch of fans. Oh my God, there's so much she does. Yes, totally read it, love it, all that. What are we doing? Hold against enemies.
Keep up with the beat.
Oh, okay, I think that deploys her fans. Gotcha. So we do this. And she keeps bouncing. Got it. Bounce on a dial, all that stuff. All right. So when she holds it, she goes into a weird...
Jump on the dance floor.
Okay, those are two ways of building up charge. Gotcha. And her alt does what?
The most beautiful stage.
I'm about to say, when does she go into her like robot form? Yeah, she spends like 0 time in her robot form. It's almost like an afterthought. Yeah, she's in her robot form in the bop animation, but like she immediately turns back, so you don't even get to see it. Huh? It's a bit shit. 9! How are you, my boy?
Long Syndicate said might be worth a wad since it explained a bloom.
Might be worth the reward since it explains the... What do you mean? What do you mean? And they give her the best DPSs to be used alongside her. Of course they don't give her actual team, because that would be weird, right? That'd be so strange. guess it wouldn't give her a little bit, it'd make it overplayed. She's doing corrupted thing. Ooh, she does lock on people like that.
Angel Ultimate.
How's life, Norn? Hope you've been having a good one. We miss you. All that, but life happens, I get you. Damn, she hauls ass.
One more dance. Keep up with the beat.
She have a cool, like parry dodge? Hit me! I fucked up, I think. I don't really like her gameplay. Maybe when you're using all of them, it's better, but she kind of is a weird, like, set and forget type. I don't know what the right word phrase is, but there's not a lot going on. Maybe she's, like, tough as hell, and she does, like, heavy damage, but there's not, like, a lot to satisfy the clicky button thing. Like, you just basically build up stacks and then drop the hammer, drop on it, IO, all that stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Been cracking out the WoW's new I see. There's very few things who have robbed me of people's lovely time than WoW. Okay, nothing has been that quite as heavy as that.
Lone Syndicate said, fun fact, her M6 makes it so she stays in her robot for after her ult for the rest of the fight.
Oh, does she get some sort of bonus, or is there not really any sort of thing? So this is the one that Lone keeps suggesting I get, but at the same time, also I like her hair when she has her weapon. It's really cool. But I still don't know how to use this character properly, and I don't know if I should go skip her and go for her robe for the mace girl.
Careful, don't get scared.
So she does that, then she switches to you. And I do have Vivian, so maybe I should go with you.
Switch it up. Great time. Not even close.
Attack an enemy affected with the sweet what? So do I just melee swing like this? How do I affect somebody with the thing?
You're gonna pay. Careful, don't get scared. Oh, for Lord Satan.
And then how this character works. And then it tells me how she works, and I say no. I refuse to learn. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how you. It says like put candy on them, and then like she gets an effect. I just don't know what the fuck that means. What about your alt? What do you do? I don't like the diddle hands. It's not very fun.
Said when all of the angels released, I've heard that they will be the new strongest team in the game.
What's new? Power. I know it's fine. Yeah. I will say they do like they're fucking stuff up. Lone. How do I? What is the deal with her? She has like. I get that she has like the gumball things. I just don't know. How do we spend her gumballs? You know? That's what I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I would have a team for them, though, if I did get them. Let's, oh man, I still need to do shit. I don't know, hopefully I have time to do this. Probably won't, but hey. I've also let stuff atrophy on one game. Alright. This one is for Lone. Because I don't really know if I should go for her or the other person. We have 18 wishes. Lone. Do we do 110 pull for her and then wait for Mace Girl? Or do we go for her? I feel like Mace Girl just seems a lot more fun than her. You know? But I know she's probably just good in general. Also, her weapon's an apple? I guess it makes sense with her, like, her like, thing being that, whatever that thing is. Ba, 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 ba. When all of the angels release, they'll be good. So her whole thing...
Lone Syndicate said, so her whole thing is, she helps you build anomaly fast, the gumballs. She consumes automatically when another character attacks, aka Aftershock.
Oh! Does it have to be an attack character or something? Or does it have to be an anomaly character? Gunball she consumes automatically when another character attacks, aka Aftershock. Weird. So she work with like a team with not Jane. What's her name? Zambi or something like that. Lone. need you to help me here. Do we go for a 10-pull here and wait for Mace Girl, dual Mace Girl, or do we do something insane and go her all the way? I don't know if we should go her all the way. I think it's a bad idea. I'll give 10 just to build pity and whatnot. 110 will says Lone. All right, Lone. This is for Lone. Nothing. You'd see the gold at this point. It's nothing. We get one other thing. And just like that, she slips through dark grass once again. She slips through dark grass. We could use her. I really don't know. I don't know. I have 16k. It's not a lot. It's not the most. But it is an amount. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we're gonna have to start winding down. I kind of want to see what her look is, actually. Because Lone said her artwork was based on her outfit. And they gave her another outfit. I just don't know where you see that outfit. I'm so behind on all these events also. Oh, is it in the store?
Raidnade said, great stream, Grin.
Thank you. Ooh, there it is. Ooh, that does look cool. I do like that so much better, man. Pale skin, dark highlights, but also the subtle highlights of the pink. Hot damn. She's a freak, though. She's a little freak. Anyways, but ladies and gentlemen, I'd say do 4 multis to see if you get her early. That's so much. That's so much to whiff on. We'll see. We'll see if we jump back in tomorrow. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I have to go prep. I think it was 5:30, but I also want to make sure that we have enough time to go and get the pizza, because that's what we're bringing to my grandma's. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for spending time with me. This was fantastic. I appreciate you guys also letting me ramble about various things I'm interested in as well. I always appreciate you guys it being a two-way street and all that stuff. I always love hearing more about you guys, though, but sometimes you guys are candid. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully I can see you tomorrow. We'll be streaming at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, normal time, because it's not my grandma's birthday. And we'll be streaming some good old Warframe. Maybe making a dent in stuff still. We'll see.
Lone Syndicate
That's
said
the plan.
wonderful stream Grin.
Yes, all that stuff. But before I leave you, I do believe Fluff is going to continue to stream. So Fluff, we will go ahead and raid. Let's see what Fluff is playing today. Is it still Warframe? It might be.
McFlufferkin said, great stream. I am still streaming if you want to redirect.
Hell yes. Well, of course we'll redirect it. But yeah, Fluff is playing Warframe, so if you want to get a taste of what we're doing tomorrow, you'll be able to see Fluff with all of his absolute stacked gameplay. Fluff has been grinding like a freak, like a total fucking obsessed, locked-in menace.
Raidnade said, remind me to trade you the Wisp Prime stuff next stream.
Yeah, sure, if you want, whatever you want. If you forget about it, let's call it fate. But yes, let's go raid Fluff, following. Apparently I'm following all these other people I completely fucking left behind. Anyways, dude, it's been crazy. Well, the fact that I remember what we used to stream and raid on Twitter. Anyways, hopefully I can see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you for your time, and goodbye for now, my friends.